Yeah, how pleasing is that response? I've obviously lost last week to come out there and have that sort of game.
Yeah, it's a. I think from the season we've had, it's a very rewarding response. We're disappointed with our second half last week. Gus asked me there earlier in an interview after the game about last week, and you can't win games of football when you're making 14 errors with the footy, and that's what we did last week. We just didn't give ourselves an even opportunity, but we bounced back the way a good football team should bounce back.
Ethan Strange tonight, 3 tries. Watching on from the sideline, just was that one of the best games you've seen him play through this season, and the way he matched it with Daly Cherry Evans, or was on top of Daly Cherry Evans, a veteran of the game.
Yeah, well, that's I've got a very strong opinion of Ethan. I've got a very strong opinion of where he's going to go as a player. You have a look at his game today to where he started with us a year and a half, 2 years ago. He's still only 25, 30 games, I suppose, into his career. He's got an unbelievable future in front of him.
Do you believe he's in line with representative honours?
Yeah, I said that on an interview with Channel 9 after the game. I think he'll play for Australia this year, and he'll be our next 5'8" for New South Wales. And I don't sit here gloating. I don't sit here as a happy coach saying that. I firmly believe that. He's got origin attitude, the way he defends, the way he runs the football. He's got qualities of a representative player already as a young person, and as I say, I don't say that outlandishly.
Is it almost more impressive the fact that he did it sort of when you guys had just gone behind, and that's when he scored his next 2?
That's probably a good question for Joe to answer. You look for players with Joe's, like Joe and Papa, Red. They inspire the team when we're under a little bit of fatigue and adversity. The game's not going your way. But for a young player such as Ethan to be able to give off energy to his teammates is it's similar to Laurie Daly when Laurie was a young player playing. And I know I'm talking about big shoes to fill, and you're putting too much pressure on Ethan. Well, bad luck. Handle it. If you're ever going to make it in this game, you've got to handle pressure, and he will.
Joe, have you played alongside a 20-year-old with skill like he has, and IQ like Ethan?
No, and what he does, he's strong as well, and on the back of stick, like he's still young in his communication stage as well. When he starts to come out of the shower and open up and start talking a bit more, he's going to go to another level. So it's impressive where he is at the moment, but exciting where he can get to too.
Can I ask about Jed? He had a try-saving tackle on Saab on this right-hand side, and then he had an incredible offload to get Strange that second try. Like, how have you found his development this year since that debut, and what he's adding to this team?
Yeah, like as a coach, it's hard for me to talk about Jed. I'm blown away with the way he's progressed.
Joe, what about what you've seen from Jed playing alongside him?
That's the reason I went to stick, and I said he had to debut. He's the best defending winger we have. You see that out there, he puts the effort in. What you don't see is how he works at training, and the little extras he does, the vision. And he should be proud of himself. I told him at half time, man, you're killing it, and he done the same second half. So Stick should be proud, and all the boys are.
Joe, when you guys get going, you really get going out there. What is it about that little momentum shift, whether it is that Ethan Strange try that really reignites that spark in the team, and your attack and defence in particular was incredible tonight. So what is it about that little shift in momentum that really gets you boys going?
I think everyone just everyone cooperates in the vision of what we want to be, and when we get a bit off track, we can kind of pull each other in and get that calm head back in. I think that's a progression we've had this year. In the past, we could probably bicker with each other and go off track, but I feel like we have a lot of accountability in this group, and a lot of boys that can pull people back in.
Especially when you lose one of your best playmakers and ball runners for 10 minutes there, you boys really put it on Manly defensively. How does that sort of credit what you guys are building down here? You and the young boys are able to adapt to no matter what the situation is.
Yeah, Stick touched on it. When we go down to man, we actually lift our intensity. And, during training, we try and copy that with the whole 13, so we can have that intent from the get-go. And you can feel when someone's off. We want to work harder for each other, fill the gaps. And yeah, if we do that with 13 men, who knows what we can do.
It's sort of like out on the field when Papa's in a mood like that.
Yeah, on the bench, I said we needed a little momentum shift. I thought he went on the field and changed it. He actually called it. He said, "I'm going to run as hard as I can off the back fence," and that's what happens when you get in front of him. So very proud of him. It's an old statement of our team, and he still leads from the front.
Ricky, it was obviously black armbands and Sam Bacco, and there was a moment before. Just, I suppose that adds to the emotion of tonight and how much of a legend he was for this club and for yourself.
Yeah, he created a great legacy. When we talk about our history and the players that have been before us, Sam Bacco gets a lot of mention. And I know he's had some poor health for a number of months, and he's been through a pretty tough period, and that leads on to the family going through tough times. And we were very fortunate to be able to have dinner with Sam last year at Chicka's
Birthday.
Well, it was his birthday. No one knows. Chicka doesn't tell anyone how old he's anyhow. So let's say his 70th. But it was really nice. Jerry Dela Cruz, Sammy, and Chicka with their families celebrating Chicka's birthday when we played North Queensland last year. It's what we promote heavily with our players, because I want the players to know our history. And there's also Dane Tils's dad, Mick Tils, who was on the bench for our first game. Raider 43, I think. Raider 16. He unfortunately passed this week too, and our prayers and thoughts go out to the Tils family as well.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, mate.